Hey, good afternoon, guys. Apologize for the late start. We're about 20 minutes behind because Master Flame could not get the computer to work, but I did, and here we are. My name is Jason Flame, Chief Instructor and Owner at Moorpark Karate and Krav Maga in Moorpark, California, with my co-host today, Master Kevin Kowalczik in Littleton, Colorado, with Revolution Martial Arts. Good afternoon, sir.
How are you, sir?
I am feeling a lot better now that we are online because it's always frustrating when something goes wrong. But hey, you know what? We learn how to be flexible. We learn how to deal with it, overcome obstacles, and we're on the show. So today we're going to do things a little bit differently. Um, and I want to talk about our word of the month, right? Physical fitness is our word of the month, and we're getting ready for January, which everybody's going to be focused on their physical fitness. And I want to talk about this mat chat lesson that we've been talking about in our classes this week. And the topic is a healthy body supports a happy life.
I
And
love
the quote for this week is by Herophilus. It says, "When health is absent, wisdom cannot reveal itself. Art cannot become manifest. Strength cannot fight. Wealth becomes useless, and intelligence cannot be applied." What are your thoughts when you hear that quote? When health is absent, those things change.
because without your health, you have nothing. I love that one. That's amazing. That's a great one. We're actually, for any of our students that are tuning in, can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear good?
I can hear you just fine.
Perfect. Okay. For any of our students that are turning in, fitness and physical fitness is actually our skill in January. So it's awesome that we're kind of talking about it now and kicking it off. But without your physical health, without your fitness and your health, you have nothing really. Life becomes so much harder, so much more difficult to move and enjoy life, to do things like simple things like playing with your kids, right?
Hmm.
Man, that's a really, really great quote. I love that one.
Yeah, and so it goes on to talk about, and we ask our students different questions as we're talking about this theme. And this is just our reference point that we're going off of. Have you ever had the flu? I mean, right now a lot of people are very bad cold, fever, or other disease. When you're sick, did you feel like playing games and having fun? Probably not. Did you
No.
feel like studying your schoolwork or learning something new? Probably not. Did you feel like training here, or did you feel like doing nothing? When you're not healthy, it's hard to do anything. That's why when you're sick, you should rest to get better soon. But when you're not sick, you should take steps to keep yourself healthy. So, what are some things that you do, Mr. K, that helps, aside from obviously the physical workout, what are some other things that you do to keep yourself healthy? And we got to teach all the time. We got to be on the mat and ready to go. We don't have time to get sick. We don't have time for
No,
that.
no, yeah. So a couple things come to mind. One is it's a lot of it's what I eat, how I fuel my body, right? I always think of my body is it's a high performance machine, right? What's up, Miss Jackie? How are you? Um, we're high performance machines. We really are. The way our bodies, how intricate they're designed and created, we're designed to move, is what we are, right? But if we put junk in that high performance machine, our body's going to feel like junk, move like junk, look like junk, right? It's kind of
Hmm.
like those Formula One race cars. They only take the highest, best octane gas, right? You can't put regular, you know, gas in those cars. The engine would explode. So I'm trying to always try to fuel myself by eating healthy, drinking tons of water, keeping my body moving in the gym, things like that. Reading too is another good one. Did you read today?
I
Was there
did, sir. Yes, yes,
that's
sir.
a good one. So, and you guys that know Master Flame and I go through this book every day. We have a daily reading, but this again, it ties into it, right? It ties into being healthy. It's not just going to the gym and lifting some weights, which is really important, but I think it's mind, body, spirit. It's everything that makes you healthy, right?
Definitely, definitely. And I just finished my shake from Nothing But Healthy over at Seth. So, putting that good fuel in the body. That's so important that you talked about that. I was actually just talking with a parent today about, sometimes we put convenience as a priority versus
Oh,
what's best to put in our body. So it's like, let's just stop at McDonald's and let's get McDonald's or let's get fast food. And listen, I enjoy In and Out, like we both do, right? We love In and Out, but
yeah,
that's not going to be our daily meal. That's really a treat meal for us if
yeah.
we ever get something like that. So putting healthy things into your body, we talk about in our student creed. I will develop myself in a positive manner. And when I say that to kids, especially to the little ones and our newest students, I remind them that I will eat healthy foods and I will exercise often. But then you talked about reading. that reading is so good for our mindset. We had one of the best speakers at our Rotary Club this morning, an amazing speaker. He's going to be on my podcast soon. And all he talked about was positive mindset and telling yourself, talking to yourself in a positive way. He really explained something too about the media and TV and how we hear so much more negative on social media and TV commercials than we do the positive. And it kind of brings us in this spot where we're just like, ugh. And that's why I love reading that Maxwell Daily Reader every day, because like that's the first thing I read, get up, get out of bed before I leave the house. I'm reading that because the lessons that are in there set me off. And I love, we do this in our school. I know you do the mat chats or uh, what would uh, what would they call it? There's another name that Tony Fournier would call them, uh, sensei sermons, right?
Okay. I never heard that one. I like that one.
Does a different version of this, and I think that that's important. So we got to feed our bodies, but we got to feed our minds with positivity.
Yeah, absolutely. And mindset's such a huge thing too, right? Mindset ties into, like we said, our topic today is a healthy body supports a happy life, right? Well, do you have the mindset of wanting to have a healthy body? Do you have the mindset of like, okay, I could sit and watch Netflix right now, or I could get up and go move for 30 minutes and go to the gym and exercise? Like, have you done that yet today?
Mm-hmm.
And again, like you said, with fast food, like sometimes it's just convenient. It's just easier, right? Just hit the drive-through real fast. Everybody has excuses, and the excuses really come down to a poor mindset. Well, fast food, well, it's more affordable, it's cheaper, it's easier just to do that. Not really, not really. Or it's quicker. Well, not really, because you could actually kind of plan out some of your snacks and meal prep some of your stuff, and you could actually afford to eat healthy. It's not that expensive to eat healthy, and maybe it just takes a little more time and discipline, but it really comes down to mindset. Yeah, huge.
And so we're talking about mindset. We're talking about healthy body, healthy mind. Um, Again, just talking with a parent earlier today, and talking about the anxiety that so many people are dealing with. I can't. It pains me every time I see a suicide online. We see Twitch, and Jason David Frank, and man, and these are people that like seem to have everything in the world, right? And they're just going through stuff. But we're talking about anxiety and how, kids deal with that, adults deal. I mean, let's face it, everybody, everybody has anxiety to some extent. Everybody. And you know what I love about martial arts is martial arts helps us feel better because we work out, because we're surrounded by positive people. We're surrounded by people that support us. We have a buddy system. We have that accountability factor. It just reminds me, that everybody needs martial arts. I mean, there's not a problem. There's not a problem in the world that martial arts couldn't solve. I don't think. I mean, is there anything? Can you think of anything that martial arts can't
No,
solve?
no, I really think the world would be a lot better place. I think people would be more humble. I think people would be more respectful of other people. I think people would be calmer and more patient. You know that I fight, right? So I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough here in Colorado to be surrounded by UFC fighters and all kinds of, top high level strikers and Bellator and Glory and all this stuff. A lot of these guys that are full contact fighters are some of the nicest, calmest, most centered people you'll ever meet, because we get out in training, right? When you train and you're doing things like martial arts and you're pushing your body and you're challenging yourself physically and mentally, it's a great stress reliever. It really is. And I think it gives you a different perspective on life. Things that you think are such a big deal and there's such a, end of the world type, catastrophe going on in your life. After a hard workout or hard session, you have better clarity on it. I think you can look at situations different. You can have a different frame of mind. But martial arts, man, it's saved my life. I know it saved a lot of people's lives. I think everybody could benefit from training in the martial arts. Absolutely.
100%.
100%.
Well, listen, guys, we're here for just a couple minutes today, and I apologize for being on late. But we want to give you a chance to ask us any questions. We do open this up for an open Q&A on anything. So I see still a few people watching here live. If you're watching and you want to ask a question, I mean, I'm asking you to ask us a question. So if there's anything you want us to talk about, let's get that out in the open now. And of course, just reminding everybody that this show is brought to you by Raptor Extreme Karate, and we're going to do a quick video here and show you all about that. It's a program that we incorporated in our school that was created by Master K himself. What a fun program it is. It's really elevated our demo team and turned our demo team into our competition team. And I mean, these guys are having a blast. We just changed weapons. Now we're working the bow staff this cycle. So yeah. So again, any questions, drop them. If not, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. K real quick just to tell you how Raptor Extreme Karate was created, or why did you feel the need to invent this program?
Yeah, I just saw a huge need in our industry. I saw that there's so many kids that are seeing martial arts movies and, superhero movies and things like that, and they want to become a superhero. They want to look and feel like and train like what they see on TV and in the movies. But most martial arts schools, very old school, they have just, traditional techniques. Not that those techniques are bad, but they're not performed in a way that's exciting and motivating to kids. And in order to keep kids engaged in martial arts long enough to get the positive life skills and the values that we talk about, they got to enjoy martial arts. If we want kids to learn discipline and focus and confidence and integrity and all these different things, right? We got to keep them hooked in the program long enough so that they can actually experience these benefits. But if they're bored, they're not going to want to stay in martial arts, right? We're competing with video games and all kinds of other stuff like that, right? Kids have tons of options and other things they can do. Why can't we have a program that's dynamic, that's going to make them feel awesome, have fun, be challenged, and take their martial arts training to the next level? So that's kind of how the whole program came around. And we have a whole new segment that's going to be dropping soon on demo teams and how to create your own demo team for school owners. So it's going to be super cool. But everybody can go to raptorkarate.com to check that out.
Yeah, well, we're excited to be one of the first in the nation to jump on board with the Raptor Revolution.
That's right.
And be part of the team. We love it. Our demo team loves it. Our elite training students do benefit, through the weapons training and the weapons curriculum that we utilize. Also, it's not just weapons and extreme forms. There's a whole kickboxing component to it as well, so we can incorporate that into our sparring. So it's been great in our school. It's been, over a year and a half now that we've been doing it, and it just keeps growing and growing. And Mr. K is right. We want to keep our students engaged and excited. I am a very traditional martial artist and to the core, but I also believe in bringing in Krav Maga to give us a more realistic self-defense component, bringing in Raptor Extreme to give our higher ranking students, or those students that want to go to that next level. It allows everybody to have something to latch onto. So if there are no questions, without further ado, I will go ahead and play our Raptor Extreme video. And thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, we're going to stick with that physical fitness topic, and we'll have a brand new topic. Next week, we'll be talking about regular exercise can help prevent sickness. So we'll be talking about that. So, Mr. K, thanks for joining me again today, and we hope to see everybody again next Thursday.
Take care, guys.